Every goddamn time.
Okay, on to the third set. This is the greatest match of all time, Hyuk versus GGaemo. Okay, this is, I have a feeling only 3 people are going to watch this, but I think it will still be a pretty epic game. I mean, this is hardcore, high-stakes ZVZ here, and one of these guys has to win, even though usually you don't think of either of them as winners, especially Hyuk. Hyuk has become sort of a running joke among the English commentary scene. So we'll see what he can do here at this huge level. I mean, this is probably the biggest game of Hyuk's career so far. And Fantasy already had one of his biggest games, so we'll see if SK Telecom 1 can take another game here. They're already up 2, and I can't even believe it. Can't believe the dong went down, even though I predicted it. It still doesn't seem real, but yes, we're getting ready to start here. Oh, look at that beautiful city. Beautiful city. I'd like to go to Busan one of these days. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, let's get the colors to start out with here. Looks like we got Hyuk in red and GGaemo is in purple. So that means over at the 3 o'clock position in red is Hyuk. If I didn't know it any better, I would say that Hyuk had a very late split there, because his drones, well, maybe the drones all came back at the exact same time to put in the minerals. But looks like GGaemo is down here in purple at the 6 o'clock position. And it looks like GGaemo is actually scouting in the right direction. This is Medusa, I believe. Sure looks like Medusa, so it looks like, yes, I have a feeling that Hyuk will probably go for probably all-in Zerglings or something like that. I don't think Hyuk is really comfortable playing this high stakes of a game, just straight up standard play. What do you think, Ranchin?
I think both of these players are pretty much the worst Zergs of their respective teams. I don't really know much about GGaemo. I've just seen him lose. So I think he has 2 wins and like 8 losses or so, and it just really goes to show this guy is like a prime example of why Oz has a bad lineup of players. While they're just, look at me, Hyuk actually going for an extractor first. This is kind of weird. I think I've seen Effort go for something similar, very, very low extractor, then adding the spawning pool as it does right there. Gonna get the gas very, very early, so we're gonna see whether it is indeed speed zeals or whether he's trying to go very quick lair. On the opposite side, we're finally gonna see the spawning pool. I think there was a 12 pool coming in from Hyuk. I'm sorry, GGaemo. Oh, I got this whole thing mixed up. Oh man. So yeah, GGaemo went for a very, very, very early extractor, then added in a spawning pool. Then Hyuk went for a 12 pool, and looking at just that, I think he already might be ahead. He's going to be able to put down the natural expansion. If he manages to hold it against the Zergling onslaught, he's going to take a quick advantage and most likely will be able to ride the win. So it's all going down to Zergling micromanagement, and looking at both these players, I do not trust the Zergling micromanagement of either of these players. I wouldn't stake my life, much less my pinky, to the Zergling micromanagement of either of these players. So you never know what's going to happen.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, Hyuk has pulled out some pretty miraculous wins. Of course, all of his wins are kind of miraculous because no one expects him to win, but he's pulled out wins against players like Cal before, which is, a lot of people were like, oh, Cal, you suck, but Hyuk actually played well in this Cal game, I believe. But that's really the only win, the only memorable win I remember from Hyuk. But this could be Hyuk's most memorable win if he does actually protect this hatchery and gets his economic advantage going here. I think GGaemo definitely knows about that. He has his Overlord in position. He's hovering over the lair coming up from Hyuk, so he's going to be able to know that the expansion is coming down. Whether or not he's going to be able to do anything about it is going to be the big question here. He's probably going to get Zergling speed and probably just try to out-micro Hyuk here, try to take out that hatchery, because he definitely needs to take out this hatchery. Hyuk didn't go for anything crazy like a 12 hatch, and it looks like GGaemo is going for his Spire within the mineral line, which is kind of interesting. Just going to try to protect that easier with the drones. And yes, Zergling speed is up for GGaemo, and he's going to try to take out this hatchery. He's going to, well, actually he's focusing on the egg, curiously enough. He's got to focus on that hatchery and make sure that hatchery goes down and come in with some backup Zerglings, because if he doesn't take out this hatchery, he's going to be way behind. That's just the way ZVZ works. Oh, Hyuk has more Zerglings than GGaemo, I think. Either that or it's really, really, really close here. The Spire will probably be up for GGaemo sooner than it will be for Hyuk, because Hyuk committed himself to this second base. He's not going to have enough minerals to put down the Spire just yet. He's probably going to put it down very soon. And wow, GGaemo is going to try to break through the pyramid, even though it's going to take him a long time to do it. I think there are 10 layers on that pyramid, so I'm not sure if this is the best strategy in the world.
Let's see, Hyuk not getting the Spire going yet, so we're going to see what it puts down the Evo Chamber and some defenses. By the way, please do not remind me of the Hyuk versus Cal game, because Hyuk won that game. I was forced to commentate the game after that, absolutely naked, sitting in my chair, freezing in my feet because of the freaking cold floor, so please do not remind me of that. So meanwhile, Hyuk is actually going very heavy on the Zerg. He's running right past. GGaemo has some Zerglings to defend, but I think a smaller number. Oh god, it's gonna go for this. Hyuk going all in here. GGaemo gonna be in a very hard press, actually putting down a second colony because he was expecting this was gonna be coming. But you can see Hyuk is gonna have a chance here to run in. He definitely has GGaemo pinned. GGaemo thought he might actually have a couple of Zerglings outside of Hyuk's base. Did actually manage to get a run by Creep Colony's Evolution Chamber coming up. So that's exactly what Hyuk's going to go for, get this anti-air defense, just try to constantly harass, get his heavy economy up, then get just a crap load of Mutas in play. Does manage to harass a little bit. I think he took down one drone, but he's eventually going to lose those forces. Their spore colonies coming up now, and nothing really happening inside of GGaemo's base, or I'm pretty sure they would be showing it. So Hyuk apparently retreating there and deciding that pressure is not worth it, actually running Zerglings back to make sure that he's safe, because he doesn't need to keep up the pressure. Actually just now putting this Spire at a natural expansion. Second time in a row I think I see ZVZ players actually go for that Spire inside the natural. Makes it a little bit more vulnerable. In the last game I saw that happen. I think it was Effort Zero playing against Quanro, I'm sorry. And Quanro put that as natural expansion and got that taken out, even though he eventually went on to move the game. Now Mutalisk's in play, so there is going to be some harassment, if possible, coming in from GGaemo. And this is his only shot to come back into this game to somehow make these Mutalisks worth his while.
Yeah, there's something you don't see every day, a straight-up Zergling attack in full retreat from Hyuk. He brought all of his Zerglings back, which is just very, very bizarre play, and I'm not sure if it's going to benefit him here. He is definitely behind on Mutalisk count because he doesn't have his Spire up yet. Either that or his Spire just came up. No, it's still morphing there, so yeah, GGaemo's got to come in here and get this done. He's got to pick off some drones, I believe, to make sure this game gets evened up by the time that Spire comes up. Because Hyuk, he's just surrounding that Spire right now with all of his Zerglings. So he's running out with the Zerglings right now, trying to do the counter-attack and make sure that GGaemo can't take down... Oh, he takes down the Spore Colony here, so GGaemo might be able to snipe that Spire if he tries hard enough. But yeah, Hyuk is going for the counter-attack. GGaemo in here with all of his... all of his Mutalisks at this point, but he's still not focusing on the Spire, so more Mutalisks and probably some Scourge coming up for Hyuk here. I'm guessing maybe all Scourge for Hyuk,